So if you're an agency owner, consultant, coach, or service provider, then within this video, I'm actually going to show you how to create a scalable offer that sells and scales your business fast. Okay, and there's a couple benefits when you actually have a scalable offer within your business. And the big benefits are you get more leads, you get more sales, you get more revenue, and you can scale your company much faster. The biggest problem that I'm actually seeing currently when most of the clients come into our agency, we have coaches, consultants, agency owners, and service providers sometimes coming in. What I see the biggest problem is that they're saying, hey, I'm not getting enough qualified leads, or I'm getting some leads, but they're not actually qualified. And sometimes the problem could be like, hey, I'm not getting any leads in, right? And it may sound like, hey, this is a system problem, right? I maybe don't have the right acquisition channel, or maybe I don't really understand the platforms, or maybe I need to post more content. I maybe need to do more work in order for me to actually get more leads, more sales, and more clients into the business. But most of the times, it's actually not true. Most of the times when we actually look at the coaches, consultants, agencies, or service providers offer, I'm seeing exactly the same pattern being repeated again and again and again in the marketplace. And this pattern is very simple. Most offers look alike. Most offers are exactly the same, and the only difference really is the price. And when you have a same looking offer as everybody else, you become as everybody else. And the only difference there is the price at which you offer the service or the product. Right? And so in order for you to really get more leads, get more sales, get more revenue, and scale your business much faster, you need to have a scalable offer, because a scalable offer really positions you very uniquely within the marketplace. Okay, so why most offers don't scale? Because most businesses don't fail because of traffic, ads, or effort. Like I already mentioned, most of the times, most coaches, consultants, or agency owners that do come into our agency would say, hey, my traffic is not working. I'm running ads, but they're not actually working. I'm not getting enough leads, but I'm burning money consistently. And then sometimes you would hear something like, hey, ads actually don't work. That's not actually the case. The case is that your offer is not working, not the ads. The ads will always work once you have an actual unique, scalable, desirable offer that is solving a pain point. Okay, when you don't have an offer that's very unique and different in the marketplace, that's when the problem starts. That's when you get traffic and nobody's really biting your offer, nobody's really going after your offer, nobody's really clicking on your offer, nobody's booking in that calls, and your calendar stays empty, right? So you have no leads coming in. But it's very easy to actually fix. And within this video, I actually want to walk you through exactly how you can create a scalable offer that sales and scales your business much faster. Okay, so like I said already, most businesses don't fail because of the traffic, ads, or effort. They fail because the offer collapses under scale. Okay, it's because they're not getting enough traction. That's also could be a point. Another point could be that their offer looks exactly the same as everybody else's. So if your offer only sells when you personally explain it, right, attracts the wrong clients, or requires custom work every time, breaks when the volume increases, it's not scalable, right? No matter how good you are, right? So if you offer like when we try to get more leads and it breaks with volume, it means basically offer is not scalable, it's not good enough, it's not unique, right? If it requires custom work every time, it also is not scalable. If it tracks the wrong clients, right? Sometimes I hear most of coach, consultants, or agency owners are complaining about the clients. So they're saying, hey, I'm not getting enough clients, or I'm getting unqualified clients. It's because your offer. It's not the traffic, it's not the ads, it's not the platform, it's the actual offer. Okay, and if it requires for you to really go in detail and explain what exactly you do and how you do it and the unique mechanism you're going to use or the unique process you're going to use, that means you really don't have a scalable offer, and that's the main problem why you actually can't scale your business to the next level currently. Okay, so in the part one, what I want to go to the core principle of scalable offer. Okay, so what the actual scalable offer is. Okay, a scalable offer must do three things without you being present. Okay, so when we are running ads to an offer, there's three things it actually has to do. Okay, so without you explaining, without you having appointments that explains things, right, or without you going really in detail, there's three things that your offer needs to do. Okay, so it needs to attract the right buyer. Okay, it needs to pre-qualify the demand, and number three, it needs to create a certain certainty of outcome. Okay, so if your offer requires persuasion, chasing, or convincing, it's actually broken, right? So if you give an offer and then you need to like persuade people into your offer, you need to chase them, you need to do like hundreds of follow-ups, you need to get them back in. Let's say somebody says, hey, I'm not currently interested, and then you like really need to explain your offer to the person. That really means that you do not have an actual good offer. Okay, I'm gonna say it like it is. You maybe not gonna like it, but in this video, once we go through all the parts, the 7 parts of actually creating a scalable offer, you're gonna fix it. Your offer is gonna be selling, and you can easily scale your business, and you're gonna be coming off from a much better position. Okay, so if a scalable offer must do 3 things again. Okay, so it must, number 1, attract the right buyer. Okay, so this is the problem when if you are currently having unqualified leads coming in, that means your offer is broken. If number 2, it needs to pre-qualify demand, and number 3, it needs to create certainty of outcome. If your offer requires persuasion, chasing, or convincing, like I said already, it's broken. Okay, so the rule: a scalable offer sells because it makes logical sense and emotional certainty unavoidable. Okay, so when we look at an offer, okay, let's say I'm gonna give you some parts of what we do. Okay, so in my agency, we offer coaches, consultants, agency owners to actually add 15 to 35 clients in 90 days by using a proven acquisition system. Okay, now there's a couple qualifying things. Obviously, in my offer, I only work with coaches and consultants that are doing minimum of 5 to 10K a month, and that's inside of my offer, right? So my offer makes logical sense because around where coaches, consultants, and agencies are, let's say they are 5 or 10K, they usually hit a plateau, or they can't really understand what is the next steps they need to take in order for them to scale the business, right? So that makes a logical sense of what we do, how we do. I'm gonna walk you through that as well. I'm actually gonna write my offer right here. Okay, so for the agency that I'm currently, that I have, so we help. I'm just gonna write it out. We help coaches and agency owners. Coaches also falling under consultants, to get 15 to 35 high-ticket clients in. We help agencies generating. Actually, this here is generating 5 to 10K, generating, and actually I'm going to say minimum because that's the minimum 5 to 10K per month, to get 15 to 35 high-ticket clients in 90 days using a proven acquisition system without cold outreach. Okay, or you don't pay. Okay, so that's our actual offer currently for our agency. Okay, so we help coaches and agency owners generating minimum of 5 to 10K per month to get 15 to 35 high-ticket clients in 90 days using a proven acquisition system without cold outreach, or you don't have to pay. Okay, so this makes a logical sense of who we help, how we actually help, right? So specific who we help, we have a couple criteria very specific. So we help coaches and we help agency owners generating minimum of 5 to 10K. Okay, so that's the actual qualification process. Okay, to get 15 to 35 high-ticket clients in 90 days using a proven acquisition system. So that's proven acquisition system, that's the unique mechanism, without cold outreach, or they don't have to pay. So we have everything within our offer. It makes logical sense and emotional certainty unavoidable. Okay, so let's move on to the part 2. So now you understand this. Let me actually highlight that. So let's move on. Part 2, market selection, right? The non-negotiable. Okay, so you don't scale offers, you scale markets that can afford the outcomes. Okay, most of the times we look at offers that can be scaled. Okay, But most of the time that offer has to be actually within the fit of market demand. Okay, you can scale the market that can afford actually the outcome. So when I say this, that's where the offer actually has to fit. So when I say scalable offer, right, your scalable offer really have to match the market demand. And when it matches the market demand, and when you position it very uniquely, that's when you have really scalable offer and you can scale your business very fast, right? A scalable market must have existing spending behavior. Okay, so when I say existing spending behavior, like coaches, consultants, and agency owners, they usually are looking and spending money on courses of lead generation, sales. They're buying into mentorship. Sometimes they even work with agencies. They're also investing into process of really understanding how to set the email system. So there's consistently investing money in how to actually get more leads, how to actually scale their businesses. Okay. And then a painful ongoing problem. Okay, so there's a big problem with coaches, consultants, and agency owners and service providers is that the biggest problem is that they cannot scale their companies because they're not getting enough leads, they're not getting enough sales, and they're not getting enough clients into their actual business. Okay, and then obviously there's a clear return of investment from solving the problem, which is like there is certain monthly revenue you can actually get once you solve this problem for a different coach, a different consultant, a different agency owner, or a different service provider. Okay, example of scalable markets, and I'm using example for us, right? So for us that would be agency owners, that is consultants, that is established coaches and operators already making money. That's for us a scalable market, right? So for you, maybe let's say if you're solving a back pain, your scalable market could be executives, leaders, CEOs. It could be founders, because these people are sitting in office all the time, and most of people have back problems. Okay, so if you are let's say you're in the market of solving one of the biggest problems, which is a painful ongoing problem, which is a back problem, specifically for tall people as well, and specifically for people that are over maybe the age of 35, most of the time spending their time in an office, right? That's also could be a problem, right? And there's also other different health problems, right? So that could be a scalable market for you. Okay, so instead of looking for people just for back problems, you are looking for specifically a market where that back problem, if solved, can actually be scaled, where that market could be very scalable. And these would be mostly people that are spending their time in offices, right? This is just an example. Okay, so and then obviously a couple things we need to avoid beginners, hobbyists, side hustlers, people figuring it out. Okay, in my market, that's what we are avoiding, the beginners that are still trying to validate their market. Okay, still trying to validate the pain point they're going to be solving, what the actual offer is going to be, what the market is going to be, what the audience is going to be. These are all beginners. Hobbyists are maybe somebody that's just doing this part-time, they really like to do it, but they're not really serious in actually growing their business to a point where they can actually sell it. Okay, and then obviously side hustlers may be saying, hey, I have a job, but I also want to do a little business on the side, work with extra clients, maybe get an extra income, right? Or people still, like I said, figuring out, which would fall under the same category of as beginners, right? So scaling requires buyers who already believe in investing. This is very important. I'm going to highlight this in super important. So scaling, let me just bold that up. So scaling requires buyers who already believe in investing. It's super important, right? So when, let's say again, let's talk about the back pain. Okay, so you need to have in the market people that already are investing in health, right? That believe in investing in health. Because I know a lot of CEOs, I know a lot of executives, a lot of leaders that are investing minimum as once a week, they go get a massage. Okay, they get back massage for stress relief, for being calm and being in a calm state of mind. Okay, and this is a market that already spends money. So if you are currently like a specialist specializing in how to actually solve back pain or back problems for the people sitting within an office, then you need to already find a specific category on who you're going after, where people already are spending money to get rid of back problems or stress that is sometimes built up in energy, which is also causing back problems, right? So here, if I'm solving back problems, I probably be going after CEOs, senior executives, and founders, because these people are usually investing into back massages, they're investing in some type of, sometimes they even invest in special chairs, right? Special chairs, special operating performing chairs that they can sit in, where their back is perfect and it doesn't cause them too much friction and too much pain. Okay, so I would always choose a market where people are already investing. So if you are, let's say, a mindset coach, right, then you'll be looking for people who are already investing, growing. These would be like startup founders. This could be business owners that already know that they need to invest in themselves in order for them to actually grow. Okay, let me give you some more examples. Let's say you are an AI agency, right? You are an AI agency doing email marketing. Okay, so then you'll be going after businesses that already are investing maybe in ads, already investing in lead generation, people that already are, businesses that already are investing, that are looking to actually scale their business, right? So they already believe that by investing money, they will scale their businesses, right? So if you're an AI agency doing cold marketing or cold email, and not just an example, then you should be going after businesses that already are investing into scaling their businesses. This could be more lead gen, this could be ads, this could be many ways. Okay, so you're going after that market. Okay, so I hope this really gives you more understanding. I hope I'm not confusing you. Right, part 3, the offer structure. What actually scales? Okay, so scalable offers are systems and they're not just services. Okay, so there are 3 layers of a scalable offer. So the layer 1 is the outcome. No features, no deliverables, clear, measurable results, right? So in our offer, it's we help coaches and agency owners generating minimum of 5 to 10K per month to get 15 to 35 high-ticket clients. This is a measurable result. We can measure that result. So it's not something vague of saying we help coaches and agency owners to improve their marketing. Okay, to improve their marketing. Improve, the word improve, the word making better, the word the word perfect. Sometimes they say, hey, we're going to help you to perfect your marketing, or we're going to help you to improve your marketing, or we're going to help you to make your marketing better. All of this is, there's not really a clear ROI. There's not really a measurable goal that we are going after, right? So it has to be measurable. So when I'm saying the first layer, so a clear measurable result, right? So it has to be something, hey, I'm helping CEOs to cut fog and decision making and to become more effective in 14 days, right? So you're going to make more clear decisions, you're going to be much faster in decision making, and you're going to have more impact, right? So that's, again, that could be something that's really tangible results, right? Measurable results, because they're making decisions in 14 days, they will become much better, right? So sometimes it maybe doesn't have to do with, I'm going to give you just an example, sometimes it doesn't have to do specifically with the like 15 to 35 high ticket clients, but it could be like, hey, we're going to help you to grow your revenue in the next 90 days or in the next 45 days, right? So the revenue that they already have, they can see measurable results in the next 40 days, okay? That could be something to do also with the timeline. That could be very measurable results, okay? So for example, bad is if you say, we help you to get just more leads. More leads could be it's very generic, but good in a good sense, because also what I'm trying to explain here is also that you need to come from a position of uniqueness. Okay, you need to be very unique. So a good thing could be we install systems that generate predictable high-ticket clients, right? So instead of saying you just get more leads, right, you can be more impactful. You can make bigger impact by saying we install systems, instead of getting more leads, we're going to get you actually more clients. Because what happens when you get more leads? You get more sales calls. With more sales calls, you have more predictability in getting more clients. So we're focusing on that more impactful outcome. Okay? I hope this drives home now. So layer 2, the mechanism. What makes your approach different, unique, and believable? This is super important because, like I already mentioned at the start, most of the clients that come to us usually would complain about, hey, I'm not getting enough leads, I'm not getting enough sales, I'm not getting enough clients, I don't have enough revenue, okay? In order for you to change your offer, in order for your offer to be scalable, you need to be very different from what actually the marketplace is already showing and what's already in the marketplace. And this is when you can have a very different, unique and believable approach. Okay, so that's where you need to be different. And this, it doesn't have to be that you come up with you reinvent the entire wheel. No, that's not what I mean. I'm not saying that you need to reinvent completely the entire wheel to be different. What I'm saying is you maybe have a certain framework that you can call differently from what the marketplace is doing, right? So instead of, you could see that I'm saying, hey, using a proven acquisition system, you could say, hey, using our tested CC system. And then you have the three letters for CCC stands something for, right? So this could be a unique mechanism, right? So a unique mechanism could be a framework. It could be maybe the way you name the actual process, right? Maybe you have a certain process of how you actually call it. Or you could have a structured installation, okay? Because people don't buy what you do, they buy how you do it differently. Because most of the people already have tried working with different agencies, different coaches that are offering the same result. But what they are more interested in getting the result using a different method from what everybody else is saying. Because like you have probably heard before, you have heard, hey, we help you to do it through ads. We help you to do it through cold outreach. Sometimes they already have tried running ads. They already have tried doing cold outreach, right? So sometimes that different unique mechanism could be like, hey, we're going to help you to build a sustainable funnel engine which will help you to actually scale your business. And that sustainable funnel is the unique word or the unique mechanism, okay? If clients must figure it out, it won't scale, okay? So clients must, so again, about the installation, this actually talks about the installation, okay? So they buy how you are differently. That's what I want to say. So they buy how you are very different, and that's what we usually are looking for. When we're going to buy something, we're looking something that's very different. So the installation, scalable offers are done with you. So this is like you doing it with the client, done for you. You have done it for the client, or a hybrid system. Maybe it's like done with you, or and done for you, okay? Or this could be maybe they do it themselves and some parts of it you do it actually here. Let me just include done with you, done for you, and then obviously you have done by yourself. So done by yourself could usually be a course or the coaching program, something, okay? So we have done with you, which means you're doing it with them. Done for you, you have done that for them. Done by themselves means basically they're doing it themselves, watching a course or maybe installing things, or it could be hybrid. It could be done with you and done for you, or it could be done with you, done by yourself, or done by yourself and done for you, okay? If a client must figure it out, it won't actually scale. It has to be very easy, understandable. Okay, this is an offer that's going to be done for me. This is an offer that's going to be done with me. This is an offer where I actually have to buy the course itself, like something on school, and I have to do it myself, okay? Then we get into the part 4, which is the pricing for scale. Why most people price is too low, okay? Why most people prices are too low. So this is what I see sometimes. What I saw before in my other agency was when coaches and consultants and agency owners were coming, I saw offers that are underpriced, under 2K, okay? And these are very low priced offers, okay? And with the low price offers, what do they create? They create low quality clients, because you're always gonna attract clients with more problems. They have paid you very little money and they're gonna try to get the most out of you. They're gonna try to get things for free. They're gonna complain, because this is that type of client that you actually are attracting. Your price also attracts a certain client, okay? So high churn, operational chaos, and no margins to scale. A scalable pricing reflects outcome value, risk transfer, and speed to actual results, and also what I would put a high ticket price. That would be anywhere from, let's just say, $2,000 to 100,000 plus, okay? A scalable offer usually has a high ticket price point attached to it, okay? Because a scalable offer means that there's enough profit margin for your business, there's enough actual operational margins as well, There's outcome value. There's also risk transfer, right? So, and then there is speed to results. When I say risk transfer, okay, when we speak about risk, most of the risk is taking on you. How do you do that? It's because there's a guarantee attached by the end, right? So you have 90 days or you don't pay, and that's risk. Okay, so you transfer that risk on yourself, but with transferring that risk, there's less risk actually for them, which makes it a win-win for them. Okay, and then obviously, like I said, so we have outcome value, risk transfer, speed to results. Like obviously there's speed included. So it's not just, hey, we're going to try to scale your business and then there's no timeline attached, but there's actually speed. You said, hey, 30 days, 40 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever it is specifically for your offer, okay? So if your client doesn't feel slightly uncomfortable paying, they won't take the result seriously, okay? So this is when it comes down to high ticket prices. Usually your clients will hesitate. They will like, hey, I need to think about it. There will be objections. This is because they feel uncomfortable. Because they feel uncomfortable, it's also it's coming from a good place, because when you feel uncomfortable in paying something and when you do that payment, you're gonna also make sure that you do absolutely everything in order for you to succeed with what you just have invested. So it's a good sign. But when you just name a price and you say, hey, 40 cents, and somebody says, yeah, great, I'm gonna pay you that. They send you that over, the results are gonna be totally different because there's no value. There is value, but it's not as much as a value when you are doing a high ticket price, okay? Let's get into part 5, which is positioning that self-selects. Your messaging should repel the wrong people, okay? Repel the wrong people. So for me, like I said already, is so when I'm doing my offer, we help coaches and agency owners to generating minimum of 5 to 10K per month to get 15 to 35 high-ticket clients in 90 days using a proven acquisition system without cold outreach or you don't pay. I'm also avoiding, so in my systems, in my funnels, I always avoid and I tell them who is this actually not for. This is not for beginners. This is not for side hustlers. This is not for people that just have started or trying to figure it out, okay? And so when we are moving into the positioning, you want to use it the same, okay? So you may say, let's say, so for me, it's again, not for beginners. This is built for operators, requires execution for businesses already selling, okay? So this is for us, for our agency. I'm just using examples. If you are a mindset coach, you could say, hey, this is not for low operators. This is not for underperformers. This is for high achievers, high performers. This is not for people that do not have businesses, you may say. This is for people that do have businesses, right? So you can qualify them in a certain process. You can say this is built for only high achievers, people that are in a high achieving status, okay? You may say this requires execution. And then you say for entrepreneurs that already have, we could say, hey, 30K a month business, okay? So you are differentiating yourself. If you have a mindset, if you have a back, let's say if we are again coming back to the example of back pain, then what we could be saying is to really use the language to qualify and to disqualify the people that we're not interested in working. We could say, hey, this is only for executives, leaders, and high leaders, CEOs that are working in office, that are having back pain, okay? So you are excluding the rest. You are including, and then you could say, hey, this is not just for people that are having just back pain. You are specifically targeting just people in offices, okay? Because maybe there's a certain process you go through, maybe there's a certain system. So you are just doing one avatar, okay? I'm not saying one avatar, that was wrong. You're not doing one avatar, you're doing one location. You could be doing, hey, I'm only targeting people in certain demographics which are working in offices. Okay, these are CEOs, senior executives, and founders, you could say. Okay, and then you exclude everybody else. Scalable offers are excluded on purpose. Okay, so excluding the people is very important because you want to also make sure that you have a success rate when you are actually delivering the results or when you are delivering the service to your clients. Okay, if everyone feels welcome, the wrong people will come. So that's why we are actually in your offer like when you come to our offer, we say we help coaches and agency owners generating a minimum of 5 to 10K per month. So instead of taking just coaches that are beginners or that are just starting and they haven't figured it out, there is a little requirement which is minimum of 5 to 10K per month. So this takes out all the beginners, it takes out all the new people that have started or side hustlers. Okay, so moving on, then like I said already, if everybody feels like this offer is for them, if this is for every, like for our example, if this is for every coach, every agency, we will start to attract the wrong agencies and wrong coaches. And this happened actually with us before. We used to have very broad offer, and we used to start taking coaches that are selling like a $7 offer, and it's very hard for them to invest 10 15 15,000 into actual scaling their businesses when they are selling a $7 offer. Okay, or let's say if we do a lower tier offer, which would be like 5K, it's still very hard for them to invest because they are just selling a $7 offer. Okay, so part 6, systemizing delivery, right? The hidden scale lever. So ask this question: can this be delivered the same way 100 times? Okay, if not, right? So if you can deliver what you're currently delivering 100 times, then how can you document it? How can you standardize it? How can you automate it or remove it? Okay, so it's super important that you understand when you are trying to deliver something, do you have already templates? Okay, do you have already videos that they can go through? Like, let's say we are in the back pain, do you already have, like, let's say we're dealing with people that have back pain in office and you're going after CEOs, leaders, senior executives and founders. Do you already have like documents that they need to read, right? Maybe they need to get in the right state of mind. Maybe there's a certain water temperature needed when they are taking a shower. Maybe there's certain stretching exercises. Are these things documented, right? Do you have this on video that they can go through, watch it and understand it? Or is it that you have to jump on a call and start to explain it, and it becomes super hard for you to fulfill 100 clients? Okay, so my question to you is, can this be delivered same way as you're delivering it right now to 100 times? So what I would say here, 100 times or 100 clients, can you do it? If not, then you need to think about it. Can you document it? Can you standardize it? Can you automate it? Okay, if not, thinking about removing what you currently have and trying to actually systemize it. Okay, scale is not about doing more, it's about removing variabilities. Okay, so part 7, the final test: is your offer ready to scale? Your offer is scalable if it sells without you explaining it, it attracts qualified buyers, it creates predictable outcomes, it can handle volume without breaking. Okay, super important. So it sells without explaining. When I say sales without explaining, we know exactly what pain point we are targeting, for who we are targeting that pain point. We have our unique mechanism of how we solve that pain point. Okay, we have our timeline is included, and then the number 6, we also can include our guarantee. Okay, and with that type of offer, we must be attracting the right qualified buyers. It creates predictable outcomes, right? So we have a predictable outcome at the end of when the client joins and when he leaves, or when the client joins, and then in certain timeline we will solve that, and it can also handle volume without breaking. So let's say if you take 5 clients on, you can still take the next 5, the next 5, the next 5. It's not like you take the next 5 clients and then, hey, I can't take no more, because then it's not really a scalable offer. Okay, if any of those fail, fix the offer before buying traffic. Okay, so if you currently are planning to scale your business, or maybe you are really in a place where your business is not scaling, you're not getting clients, then really think about how can you create a scalable offer. Okay, taking all these points that we went through today. Okay, because if any of these points are failing, you can't deliver it to 100 clients. Your offer is not really understood in the marketplace. It's not really clear of like how do you actually solve the problem, to who you solve, what is the pain point specifically you solve, right? What is the timeline? Do you have a guarantee included, right? So you must have these things. And I know sometimes I hear from many coaches, consultants, agents, owners, oh, my market or my specific target audience is very different, they're very special. That's a lie. right, I have heard this again and again and again, you always can create specifically for your special market, for your special target audience, you can create a specific offer for them that's very unique and that's very different from what they have seen. Okay, all it takes some time in creating it. So if you're a coach, consultant, or agency owner already selling and want to turn your business into a predictable system, not an actual guessing game, this is exactly what we have built at Systems for Scaling, because we do not sell just tactics. We don't sell coaching programs, or we don't just sell motivational videos, or we don't sell you mentorships. We actually install systems that actually scale businesses. Okay, so if you are interested in knowing how we can actually create an offer for you, how we can install a system inside your business to scale, you can actually schedule a quick call, and we will actually audit your business, walk you through step by step through our system and how we would scale your company. So you can schedule a call with a link either down in the description, or it could be in our YouTube bio. Okay, so again, to go through the video again, take some notes, understand everything. I just want to cover all the points once again, just to drive it home. Okay, so most businesses don't fail because of traffic ads. They actually collapse because they don't have a scalable offer. Okay, so we talked about the three core scalable things that every offer must have. Okay, so you must have your offer must attract the right buyer. It has to pre-qualify demand, create certainty of outcome. Okay, and then obviously part two, we talk about market selection. Scalable market must have existing spending behavior, painful ongoing problem, a clear return of investment from solving that. Okay, agency owners. So for example, our scalable markets are agency owners, consultants, established coaches, operators already making money. Okay, we have also things that we avoid, and the same, you should have people that you avoid as well. And then the offer structure, there's three layers of scalable offer. The outcome, okay, then we have the layer two, the mechanism. So your unique mechanism, it could be a framework, it could be the way you name your process or structured installation. And then the installation itself of your mechanism. Okay, is it done with you, done for you, or done by yourself, or is it a hybrid, a mix of both? Part four, we talk about pricing for scale, why most people price too low. Okay, and when you price too low, you get low quality clients, there's a high churn, operational chaos, and no margins to scale. Scalable pricing reflects outcome value, risk transfer. You're taking the risk, but that's also is very win-win for the clients, so you can attract more clients. Obviously, I want to mention, when you're coming up with your guarantee, think about a guarantee that you actually can, that is very bold, but you can still manage to deliver it. Okay, and then obviously speed to results, and high ticket price, 2 to 100K plus. And then a rule: if your client doesn't feel slightly uncomfortable paying, they won't take the result seriously. High ticket pricing filters buyers before the actual call. Part five, positioning that self-selects. Your messaging should repel the wrong people, right? So not for beginners, built for operators, require execution for business already selling. Part six, we talked about systemizing the delivery. If you cannot deliver it 100 times or to 100 clients, you need to document it, standardize it, automate it, or systemize it, or remove what you already have and reconstruct it. And then obviously the part seven, we talked about the final test, which is your offer ready. Is your offer ready to scale, right? It sells without you explaining it, it attracts qualified buyers, it creates predictable outcomes, and it can handle volume without actually breaking. So hope this drive home, hope this really help you in actually creating your offer and creating a scalable offer. Thank you for watching this. And again, I want to remind you, if you're currently looking to scale your business, you can actually schedule a call with us. We will audit your business, help you to understand what actually takes for us to scale your business. And if we are a great fit, we show you how it actually looks. And we can then basically also actually show you step by step of what that scale actually would look inside of your business. Okay, so again, I hope this really helped you. Speak very time soon.